Okay guys, and welcome back. You see, I'm not going to introduce you to just one dinosaur, but I'm going to introduce you to every dinosaur you see before. You've all been curious to see them all, so I'm going to introduce you to them. I'm going to tell you what they are, but I'm not going to share all of my information. I'm going to save that for later, but I'll introduce you to every one of them. So, this is Daltyn's Safari Run. Okay guys, now first off, I'm going to start at this end. Now this is a water pond, and I'll be introducing to some of my swimming buddies. First up, the T-Rex of the ocean, Pliosaur, biggest carnivore in the ocean. And a little friend from Jurassic Park, or in other words Jurassic World, Mosasaur, a swimming dinosaur. And next, I'll be introducing you to a most bizarre carnivore that literally has tusks, well actually big teeth, like Pleurodon. A very bizarre swimming carnivore, razor sharp teeth, my friend. Oh, scary. And next, a swimming crocodile, Sarcosuchus, prehistoric ancestor of the crocodile. Very dangerous, my friend. Ooh, scary. Next, Protoceratops, a herbivore. Triceratops family, no horns, just a big beak. And over here, we have Gorgosaurus, the T-Rex of the North Pole. You can see it looks like a T-Rex, but the difference is it's got a really long line of feathers down its tail. Very bizarre, very bizarre. And right here, my friends, is a woolly mammoth mother and her calf, sitting together, traveling together, living happily with their lives. And my friends, if you look up here, I have a couple of flying friends. This is Pteranodon, and this one is Ornithocheirus. These two are the same family almost, but a slight difference in size and beak features. But they are the same family. They're pterosaurs. And now, my first and a little friend of mine, Hardus, Triceratops hardus, means hard three-horned face. Triceratops, a three-horned dinosaur with a big frill and three sharp horns. Ooh, worse than a rhino's, I can tell you that. And our old friend, Cryolophosaurus right here, who I already introduced you to. And our big leafy friend, Brachiosaurus, a good friend of ours. Big and gigantic, but very friendly if you show it you're not a threat. Big guy, big appetite. And right there at the volcano's edge, I give you the king of the dinosaurs, T-Rex, the biggest carnivore of the Cretaceous time period. And you should know, guys, this guy is the king of all dinosaurs. And so, his home is on top of the world, in a volcano. Big. Okay guys, now along this side, I'd like you to introduce you to my favorite dinosaur, Iguanodon. This guy is number 26 in an old TV show of mine, but he's also a dinosaur that I've been fascinated with for a while. He's one bizarre herbivore, and the thing is, he almost looks exactly like a gigantic lizard, but he's a bit different, so I'll explain him to you in another video someday. And next up, we have Stegosaurus, a very bizarre herbivore. As you can see, he's got plates along his back with 4 big spikes on his tail. So you may think he looks like a slow, bulky herbivore, but the only thing that's not slow is that tail. You wouldn't want to be on the wrong that. You wouldn't want to be on that. And we got ourselves another big herbivore, Diplodocus, one of the most bizarre herbivores. These guys are almost as big as Brachiosaur, but they're slightly a bit smaller. They don't stand upright like Brachiosaurus does. They're mostly just stretched out like a straightforward streamline. Their tails are like whips almost, and they can grow very, very large in size. And they can be so big that, well, one stomp and they can squash you. You can crush your head in. So be careful when you're walking with these guys. You don't want to end up under its foot. And a personal friend of ours, there is Inosaurus, a bizarre herbivore with big claws and a bird-like body features. And next up, a carnivore known as the meat-eating bull, Carnotaurus, a very bizarre carnivore. And this thing lived in the same time period as Iguanodon, but in its time, there were 2 different species: these big, bulky dudes and the small, skinny lions, but the big bulky guys were more vicious than T-Rex, I can guarantee you that. Next up, another old favorite of ours, Ankylosaurus, our favorite armored herbivore with a big black bashing tail. Big and strong, but quite friendly once you get to know him. And now, another flying dinosaur with food in his mouth, Quetzalcoatlus. In its time period, these guys may seem, this guy is holding literally a tiny species of dinosaur. Because in this guy's homeworld, he was the top carnivore, and the herbivores, the big long-necked dinosaurs, were as no big as a small puppy dog. Wouldn't want to be in the time period where flyers are big. And now an old favorite from Jurassic Park, Dilophosaurus, a very poisonous carnivore with two big crests on its head. Now this guy may not seem like much. He is more vicious than a raptor, but also he is very poisonous, and when he spits in your face, you can't see a thing. So be careful of these guys. If you see one, better hide your face or cover up your face, because you wouldn't want venom spitting in your eye. Ew. Nasty. Very nasty. And a little friend of ours from the prehistoric mammal time, Smilodon, saber-toothed cat, the most vicious carnivore of its time. These guys are related to the lions, but there's no such thing as a saber-toothed tiger. The real name is saber-toothed cat. The females do all the hunting just like lions do, and the males, not so much. But males will defend their territory, even the family as well. And now, a personal friend who you might not know. This is Majungasaurus. This bizarre carnivore may not seem like much, but actually in Jurassic World, this was one of the dinosaurs used to make Indominus Rex. But this guy is one of the most bizarre carnivores. It didn't have claws, but it did have 4 fingers, actually. But it did have a powerful jaw and was a cannibal and capable of killing another Majungasaurus. Very bizarre. And last but not least, a personal friend of ours, Velociraptor, the most vicious carnivore of its time. These guys are just like wolves, but way more vicious, so you better be careful, my friend. You try to outrun this guy, you are no better than lunch, because these guys can run to 70, 60 miles per hour, but they can run 80 when they're hunting. So you better hope you don't run into these guys, because these guys lived in pretty much in a lot of places, in jungles and deserts. Woo! Wouldn't want to be in a desert with these guys. You would not be able to outrun them, even on a camel. Better watch out. Anyway, that is all for Daltyn's Safari Run, so thank you all for listening. I'll be sure to introduce you more knowledge about these guys in my next few videos. So thank you and good night.